Hey Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. And we got some interesting things I think I want to talk about today around card pricing, special cards, and what it means for Karlov Manor, and maybe even a link to why the set is atrocious as far as value goes. So, buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to be an interesting one. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification. Oh, look, the list. Okay, so let's get this out of the way now. The list needs to go away. I hate the list. It is the most god-awful thing known to man, and has went past its prime. There was a point when the list was good. Now, with everything going on, the list is outdated, unnecessary, and normally just upsets people, myself included, if you couldn't tell. But anyway, that kind of leads into our conversation later. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe. Like I said, links in the description to all the places you can help support the channel by buying cards on the eBay, TCG Player Store, hitting up Patreon, old school. Heck, there's even memberships here on YouTube you can do monthly. We'll have some private videos, gameplay, and stuff like that for you guys. You want to get on in there. And also, don't forget, we are on Rumble. You can check us out over there, too, if you want to help support. Shoot on over, give us a like. You do you. So, list card. And first Mythic. So, okay. We're going to talk about card values. That land's a good place to start. In that pack we just opened, this land is worth more than that Mythic. So the rare is worth more than a Mythic. Does that happen often? Not really. In this set, though, it's actually rather prevalent and very interesting in that way. So there's a good and a bad to that, in my opinion. The good thing, I think we all want cards to have value of some kind, and we don't like Mythics that are abundantly overpriced as soon as they come out, making them hard to get, and often causing them to stay overpriced, i.e. Shieldred, which is, I think, close to like $100 now or something. It's probably 80. Ooh, it's not 100, it's 80, Captain. Whatever, 80, 100. After taxes, shipping, and the welfare system or whatever else is going on, it might as well be $100. So, people don't want that. And I get that. I don't really want it either. Because I am a collector and I like to collect the cards. So even during these box openings, I've had to resort to buying singles, which is what I tell you guys to do all the time, and it's not a bad thing. But when the only singles you need to buy are the $50, $60, $70 Mythics that you don't pull in your box, that gets very old very quick when you're opening all these boxes. And then, first rare, and then you end up having to go buy a Mythic for the price of a box. But anyway, Leyline of the Guild Pack. This is close to $20. I think it's maybe $15 currently at this filming of this video. It has spiked a lot due to its play value and cards it's being seen, and decks it's been in, cards it plays with. And that's really cool, because what this set is, I guess we could say, suffering from, along with benefiting from, in some degree, is that most of the rares are more expensive than the Mythics. And that's really weird to me. And I just got this in the last box. So, it's really weird. For example, that Leyline, like I said, the full art version's like 25 or something. That one's 15 or 20. We'll just call it 20 even. Yes, I'm probably off on that number by some stretch of the imagination or degree. It's semantics at this point, because when I first started opening these boxes, that card was literally $7, and now it's 20. So let's just not go there. Again, $7 card, $5 card. Those are rares that are better than Mythic hits, and you're guaranteed to get more rares in the box than you are Mythics, so therefore the box will have value. That's a very good thing. But the downside of that is, because the Mythics are worth nothing, there's not a chase, in my opinion, to get certain cards. And the chase cards they put in this set are just pretty awful. I'm not even going to lie. The ink cards, which are only in collector boosters. Wow, look at that. That thing is easily $20. Best foil rare you can get in the set. Good old ley line of the guild pack. Anyway, the only chase card worth getting in collector boosters currently is clearly the serialized card, which is, at this point, probably 1 in a million. Because they've reduced how often you get one, so you can't get 6 boxes and guarantee yourself a collector card. So if you're buying 6 boxes expecting to get a serialized card, you will not, which is causing serious brand damage and sales slumps in the collector boosters. Now, in these play boosters, which also see downward pressure, you've got the list. You have a chance at one special guest card, along with all the sweet rares. And it's just a better deal, but at a cheaper price. So it's interesting. And probably the biggest problem they're going to have with all this is that, like I said, there's not really a chase card. The only chase cards really, if we went from top bottom, they'd be serialized cards, which means you have to buy collector boxes. Everybody can't afford collector boxes. So that then moves down to invisible ink cards. Again, only in collector boxes. Most people don't want to buy collector boxes because they want more cards, and they get more cards in the play boosters. So then it moves down to special guest cards. Special guest cards are in collector boxes and in play boxes, but you only get one a box if you're lucky. And in my 6 boxes of collectors, I got invisible ink cards, not special guest cards, i.e. that's probably why the invisible ink is in there, is to give you something to hit outside of special guest cards, because these special guest cards seem to appear in play boosters a lot more. Now, that means that the play booster chase card is a special guest card. Now, with that being said, that is fine. However, these special guest cards do not have a high value. And that's probably okay to some point, because you're getting 1 per box on average. But at the end of the day, that's not good enough to be a chase card. And what has happened is you could take out the special guest cards and everything else out of play boosters, the list and all that, because even the list hits so rarely that it's not worthwhile, that the real chase card becomes this, an actual rare in the set. Or these lands that go from anywhere from $2 to $5 a piece. Those are the real chase cards. All this other stuff that they're shoving in this product is not necessary. It's just fluff. And often, like I say, takes the place of you having the ability to hit a card that's actually good. For example, if all these were extra rares, these cards from the list, and one of those cards was the ley line or even a land, it would be worth more than all the list cards I have sitting down there right now, which is 3. One of them being a rare. It would actually have more value, and I honestly would feel better about it. Because currently, right now, old Magic cards are not holding a premium. So having the list to do lots of reprints is not that enticing. Because the reprints they're putting in there, they're not that great. And they've reprinted them so much already, the price has fallen that they're not that expensive. And the odds of getting one are just so slim. Hey, foil mythic, Intrude the Mind. Not bad. Could have been better, but we'll just deal with that. So, I think the real problem that Wizards is having right now, kind of as an identity crisis, is what do they want their chase cards to be? Because I'll tell you right now, the chase cards they want to be chase cards are not chase cards, and the cards that they don't expect to be chase cards are chase cards. So, for me, it's almost like they could stop printing all this extra stuff and let the product just do its thing. Now, the problem with that in the past is they also have a tendency to make piss poor cards sometimes. which made sets like, example, Dragon Maze, be useless because the cards were so weak. However, they have shifted from that direction, as you guys have probably noticed the last couple of years. All the cards that they're making now, even though they say they test them, are so powerful and have such impacts that cards become expensive like this one. So if they just got to where they currently produce cards the way they always do, or have been here lately with power level creep, they'll have a chase card show up without having to put a chase card in. So you could remove the list, you could remove these, and have just the set itself and maybe one special guest card, or a special guest card slot, and I think the product would be fine, in my personal opinion. You tell me what you think down below. Because again, you see no special guest card here, but I did get a mythic foil. And maybe that's what takes the place of the special guest card. Anyway, this box seems really good. I mean, clearly I got one of these. I got a foil one. Foil mythics. A lot of good stuff going on here. And all the stuff going on here that's good is none of their special inserts. Think about that. So until next time, be kind. Hope to see you crossing the game table. Later, player.